There are two things that I absolutely detest the most. One, spending tons of time in the kitchen cooking, and two, I don't like to be hangry. Believe it or not, there is a solution. I just struggle with doing this on a weekly basis, and it's called meal prep. It's super simple. I get all of my cooking done at once, or at least a large majority of it. And then when I start to get those hunger pains, that low blood sugar, then I already have things prepared, ready to go, and all I have to do is reheat and eat. Now, let me share with you really quickly how my meal prep videos work. Any recipes, they've got to be easy, like crazy simple recipes. And of course, this one's a no-brainer. They need to be keto, low carb, and diabetic friendly. But for me, it's more about getting several main dishes or meats prepared for the week, some side dishes ready, snacks, dessert, any sauces that need to be made up in advance. That way I can just mix and match all of those throughout the week. If that sounds like your kind of meal prep, there's an entire playlist of these. And at this point, there is well over 60 meal prep videos that are easy keto, low carb friendly. What I'll do is link it up in the cards for you and down in the description. Make sure you check some of those recipes out. Time to head into the kitchen and get started. We'll chat a little bit more afterwards, but I'm ready to get started and get this over with. I like to prep a few main dishes to get us through the week. I don't think I can stress enough just how obsessed we are with the Big Mac smash burger tacos. I had some ground beef in the freezer and I set it out in the fridge overnight to thaw. Normally I use the small street tacos. They're the 0 net carb. You can get them at Sam's Club, Walmart. Most grocery stores are carrying these now. I feel like they're the perfect size for me. But this week I want to prep some on the larger Missions carb balanced tortilla shells, just so it is a bigger meal, more filling. It's going to be basically for Chris. Make sure you season your meat well, or these are just going to be bland. I like to add Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute and salt. But if you have a favorite hamburger seasoning, use it. If you don't have the 21 seasoning salute, mix it all up really well. Then take your tortilla shell and put a small amount, really thin layer of beef all the way up to the edges. I'm talking super thin amount of beef. Make sure you go to the edges when you put them on the Blackstone, or if you do this in a pan on the stove. The beef does have a tendency to shrink up a little. 1 pound of ground beef covered 6 street taco tortilla shells and 2 of the large Missions. Chris has already pulled out the Blackstone. It's on medium heat, and we like to add butter to the top. We had our smash burger tacos, beef side down. Once we have all of those on there, we use a little smasher by Blackstone to hold these down so that the beef doesn't shrink up as much. But hence the name smash burger. Where it's a thin layer of beef, it only takes a few minutes for this to completely cook. Then flip it over and repeat on the tortilla side, because you want the tortillas to be nice and crispy. Once those are done, I like to lay them on a paper towel, bring them in the house, and give them time to completely cool. The paper towel is going to soak up any grease. That way they don't become soggy once they go in the fridge. I use these patty paper squares that I found at Dollar Tree. They're little squares of parchment paper, and I just use those to separate my smash burger tacos when I put them in a glass container before I put them in the fridge. Now when you're ready for a quick lunch or dinner, all you have to do is put it in the air fryer and reheat it for just a few minutes. It's going to crisp that shell back up, heat that meat, then we'll throw our cheese and the rest of our toppings on here. We have a meal in a matter of minutes. And since we have the Blackstone out, I'm going to throw some of the Hatch Chili Monterey Jack Cheese smoked sausages on there. These are the Members Mark brand, and I had picked these up at Sam's Club during my last visit. One is a serving, 320 calories, 28 fat, 2 total carbs, and 15 protein. Here's what the ingredient list looks like in case you're interested. These were a limited time offer they had last month, but since they still had some in stock at my Sam's Club, they had them marked down to $7. So be on the lookout. Your store may still have these. It's a 2-pack of 12, but I'm only going to fix 6 for the week. Straight on to the Blackstone. We didn't add any oil or butter. We just laid these out in a row and then covered them with our Blackstone dome. That way they're going to cook on the inside and the outside at the same time. They were also on medium heat, and it took about 7 minutes since we were cooking these low and slow. Once I brought these in the house, I just let them sit on the countertop until they were completely cooled. I put them in the same glass Pyrex container with my Big Mac smash burgers so that my meats are all together. We can just pull out this one big casserole dish and choose what we want. Since I made the Big Mac smash burger tacos, I also threw together a quick sauce. This is the burger sauce. Everybody in the family loves this. It's keto, it's low carb, it's sugar free, minimal ingredients. I'm gonna pop those up on the screen for you. If you can make this in advance, I do suggest doing that. That way it gives it time to chill and all the flavors blend. I interrupt this programming so that I can mention this little tidbit. I have lots of sauce recipes that are keto and low carb friendly, but they're sort of scattered all over the place. Would you like me to compile everything into one video and just do a keto sauce video? So that way when you need to find them, they're easy to get to. Let me know in the comments. Sides are usually the simplest things as long as I've got the main dishes ready, but there are a few I like to do in advance. I'm gonna make a small broccoli casserole. Now this takes about 15-20 minutes to put together completely, but if it's already done, all I have to do is reheat it when we're ready for a meal. Since only Chris and I eat this, the serving size is between 2 and 4 portions. And I'm gonna be putting it in a medium loaf pan. This one is about an 8x4. I picked these up at Walmart. You can get them at Dollar Tree. They're convenient and minimal cleanup. Here's what I do. Great value broccoli florets. This is the 12-ounce bag. I'm going to put it in the microwave and steam it for 5 minutes. While the broccoli's in the microwave, I'm going to take a pan, put it on the stove, and add about a tablespoon of butter. My pan is on medium-low heat. My butter has just melted, and I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic. You can add 1 clove of crushed garlic, or the equivalent if you're using minced like I am. When my broccoli's finished, I'm going to put that in a strainer to make sure there is no water, and I'm going to add it to my butter and garlic. Add salt and give everything a quick mix. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my heat and add 2 ounces of cream cheese, and I'm also going to add 2/3 cup of shredded cheese. I'm using the Fiesta blend. You can use cheddar, mild, sharp, whatever you like. Stir until your cheese and cream cheese is melted and your broccoli is coated. I'm going to transfer this mixture over to my loaf pan, and then I'm going to top with 1/3 cup of shredded cheese. I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for between 5 and 10 minutes. I want the cheese to melt that's on top, and I like mine to get just a little brown and crunchy. That's it. It is super simple, and you can add additional ingredients if you want. I'm going to put this on the counter, let it completely cool, cover it with aluminum foil, and then put it in the refrigerator. Then when we're ready to eat a meal, all we have to do is scoop out a serving and microwave it. Again, this is a small serving size because nobody else in the house is a huge fan of broccoli or broccoli casserole, so I just make enough for me and Chris to be able to eat 1 or 2 times. I'm going to put the recipe down in the description box for you in case you want to go see that. But feel free to double, triple, quadruple the recipe if you want a bigger batch. I'm going to go ahead and make one more side dish. This one is another one of those that takes a few minutes and you like for it to chill. It's not like opening a can of green beans and putting them in a pot. This is one of the items that I have to make every single week, deviled eggs. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 in a pot and boil those for 10 minutes. Once they have boiled for 10 minutes, I put them in an ice bath until they have completely chilled. This is a recent find. I'm not sure if it's made it to my grocery haul yet, but it's the Heinz Mayo Must Saucy Sauce. Basically, it is mayo and mustard already combined. Here's what the nutritional information looks like in case you've not seen it. A serving size is 2 tablespoons, 17 fat, 2 total carbs, and 0 protein. And here is your ingredient list. Is it the cleanest? No. Is it the worst I've ever seen? No. You do you. I go ahead and slice my eggs. I like to take the yolks out and break those apart. Then all I have to do is just squeeze some of this mayo must into my yolks and mix it up. It's one of those sides that we only eat one at a time, so there are 6 servings here. I had planned on making a cobbler this week. I was dying to test out a recipe, but Chris specifically asked for peanut butter fudge. Since it's a simple recipe, only 2 ingredients, I decided to take his suggestion and go with it. I have a ton of easy 2-ingredient fudge, 3-ingredient fudge, chocolate peanut butter. There's an entire playlist. There's tons of videos for you to go check out. So if you're looking for something sweet, I got your back. To make the peanut butter fudge, you're going to need 7 ounces of white chocolate chips. You can pick up the Lily's or you can order the Chalk Zero white chocolate chips online. There is a discount code in the description box. And remember, with Chalk Zero products, when they have a sale, you can also combine my discount code with the sale and save even more. Add your chips to a microwave safe dish, and then we're going to microwave those in 30-second intervals, stirring in between until melted. Pick your favorite peanut butter. There are tons of those on the market. You can use creamy or you can use crunchy. My 2 favorites right now are the Smucker's natural peanut butter, and also like the Skippy no sugar added. Add 1/2 cup of your favorite no sugar added peanut butter to your melted white chocolate chips and mix completely. Line a 5x7 glass dish or pan with parchment paper. This way you're going to be able to easily lift the fudge out. Then pour that delicious melted peanut butter white chocolate mixture into the 5x7. Make sure you tap the dish and get all of the air bubbles out of the fudge. Add it to the fridge overnight, or my preference is to put it in the freezer. When it's had time to set up, with a sharp knife, go ahead and slice this into small bite-sized pieces. Store in an airtight container in the refrigerator. If you like it soft, if you like a firmer fudge, put it in the freezer. One of our favorite go-to recipes. Thanks for hanging out with me today while I did my tedious little meal prep. But the great thing about meal prepping is get it all done in just a few hours in one day. You'll have all of your main components ready, so that way you can just throw a meal together really quickly. If you've not tried meal prepping, give it a shot at least once and see if it's for you. Anything that I mentioned in today's video, I will put down in the description box for you, along with tons, and when I say tons, I mean dozens of discounts. So if you are looking for a good seasoning like Flavor God, if you need to pick up some collagen from Perfect Keto, they have supplied us with discount codes so that you can save money on your favorite keto items. Don't forget to use those. Don't. And another thing that I have noticed a lot recently is every single time I upload, YouTube is purging subscribers. Make sure you're still subscribed. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, and that way every single time I upload, you'll be alerted. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.